Hi beautiful people, you're welcome back to New Face Entertainment. It's so glad to have you here again. I know many people want to know more about this African's best and fast rising talented comedian. Now we'll be talking about MC Shem, the comedian who is taking YouTube's social media platform by storm, producing electrifying skits for his worldwide fan base. He grew his audience on both YouTube and TikTok. His goal was to make funny and relatable videos with a focus on African homes and culture. His verified MC Shem comedian TikTok account has earned more than 2.4 million followers. So now we'll be talking about his biography, family, fans, network, and everything you love to know about the comedian. But before I proceed, I would like to thank every one of you that have taken your time to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I really want to say a very big thank you for your support and for your encouragement. And I know that those of you that are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, you're going to do so now. So I really want to say a very big thank you. And don't forget to like this video, comment, and also share to your loved ones. Thank you so much. We love you. So let's get down to details. His real name is Ayo Dele Aguda, popularly known as MC Shem. He's an event compere and a comedian. He said, I am also the brain behind Masters of Creative International, MOCI, a full-service events company. He studied sociology and anthropology in Adekunle Ajase University. So how would you describe your growing up years? He says, I was born on 25th of September to the family of Mr. and Mrs. Aguda. I am a third of 4 children. I had my primary education at Rossi Primary School, Oshodi, Lagos State, and secondary education at Omole Grammar School, and studied sociology at Adekunle Ajase University, Akungba, Akoko in Ondo State. He was born in Kaduna State but bred in Edo State before moving down to Lagos. Some people would say they were born with a silver or gold spoon, but with the way things were when I was growing up, I would say I was born with a rubber spoon. This is so funny. At what point did you discover yourself? I discovered myself when I was 8 years old. Then I was mostly drama and acting, but the comic role was always where I performed best. He says it was mostly drama and acting for him, so before he started performing the best. With time, I started anchoring events, especially in the church. From there, I started handling corporate and social events. Do you always want to be a comedy performer? My first love was for acting. He says, I went for a series of auditions and competitions, and the only time I was picked for a popular TV soap opera was when I gained admission into higher institution. But because I did a little of comedy and also acted as a compere back home, I was able to use this ability, and ever since, God has been faithful. What would you consider to be the most major challenges in the industry? He says, as a comedian, people pay you so that you can make them laugh. It becomes very challenging when you find it difficult to make them laugh. That is on a personal ground. But on a general note, the only challenge I feel the comedy industry is facing is brand globalization. I am waiting for the day when American comedians like Chris Tucker and Bill Cosby will invite comedians like Apororo and Agodai as pidgin-speaking comedian for an open mic. What inspires you? My style of comedy came out of the need to get my audience actively involved. I do stand-up comedy naturally, where I talk and the audience laughs and relaxes. However, my style of comedy is unique, such that I carry my audience along by fire by force. I am inspired by Nigerians' economy. Did you study comedy, or how did you get started? I did not study comedy in school. How I started? Yes, I think at the age of 8 or 9, I told a joke I had on TV to a group of people and they did not laugh. Then I told them they were supposed to laugh because it's a joke. Then they started laughing. It was very much later I realized it was not the joke that made them laugh. I was not always sure of what it was, but one thing I was sure of was that I did not see myself as someone who will graduate and hunt for a job. So when comedy and compere became imminent, I gave it all I had. We noticed your emphasis mostly on African parents. What's the story behind this? I grew up in a typical African home, so I tried to act out my experiences in the world. What is your educational background? I'm a graduate of sociology from Adekunle Ajosin University, Akungba, Akoko, Ondo State, Nigeria. Where were your parents and family? Were your parents and family supportive of your comedy career? My mother always was. She can support anything as far as it is legit. But that was a little skeptical, but he later understood and always pray for me. Pray for me. Are there any plans to feature in a movie or go into full-time acting? He says not yet, but I will do a lot and even produce and direct lots of my personal projects. Who are your mentors and what have you learned from them? Benga Adeyinka, Sako, the only Malam, their lifestyle and progress have been exceptional. People like Oro Gelaolu, Shegun Lawal, that is Iroko, and Ayobelu have also been major influences. Do you think the ability to be a comedian is something someone either has or doesn't? Personally, I believe everyone possesses the ability to make other people laugh. For instance, friends and family. But where special ability is required is called stand-up comedy. I would not say it is something that can be learned, but I would rather talk about development. For anyone to be a comedian, he or she must possess some level of natural abilities, but there is a major room for development, mentoring, and guidance. Within a short period, you have won 2 competitions and also performed for a great number of audience. Would you like to share these experiences? To God be the glory says, I won the Nescape Comedy Challenge in 2012 and I was also the winner of the National Shift competition. To mention a few, my greatest number of audience was at the Redemption Camp, where I performed for over 5 million people. I also performed at the Ondo State Governor's inauguration and Benga Adeyinka Love Matters events, to mention a few. I have been privileged to share the stage with Sheilo, Kore, Sako, Benga Adeyinka, Omo Baba, and so on. What is the best thing about your job? Comedy is something you do and get paid for, and at the same time, you also derive joy from doing it. Not only that, but it has also taken me to places that education did not take me to. What is the next line of action? Apart from being busy with events, I am working on a comic motivational album, and that's the next major thing for me. I also wish to make more positive steps, affect more lives positively through comedy, develop larger strides of income, and know God more. What success secret will you say works for you and that you would like to share with the younger people? Obedience to God's word and living in His will are my major success secrets. Don't also forget that How did you come up with your stage name, Shem? He says, Shem is my Christian name. Shem is a biblical name. Shem is the first of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Abraham is the father of all nations and is under the genealogy of Shem. Therefore, Shem is the father of all nations. The name Shem means fame or reputation. It even means identity or personality, renowned, celebrated, and distinguished. I can tell you categorically that the game is really working for me for good. The name is really working for me for good. What really dignifies you from other rising comedians? I would say it's been more of how you see yourself. A lot of comedians see comedy as something to do for fun of it, but I see it as life. I see it as a business. I see it as a dream which has to be fulfilled. I see it as a chance to put smiles and laughter on people's faces, and most importantly, as a means to meet my financial obligation. How do you draw inspiration? He says, everyday activities, interaction, and observation inspire me. I also have mentors. Benga Adeyinka have taught me the need for observation, as Ali Baba will say, it's not mostly about what you have prepared from home. Most times it is about what you can be creative with at the moment when you have the microphone in your hands and the audience in front of you. How will you describe your sudden rise in the industry? I will say what appeared to be a sudden rise isn't sudden for me. I believe more in the gradual process. No matter where I may seem to be right now, I have not started at all. I may not be where I want to be yet, but I am far from where I used to be. I don't have a lot to be boastful of, but I have so much to be grateful for. Is it true that the caucus you joined was responsible for your sudden rise? I don't know about any caucus, but as a comedian, there is need to have senior colleagues that can always put you through on unclear issues, give you advice, admonition, and support at always. I believe you cannot climb the ladder of success alone. Even if you have the zeal, you need people to put you in the right direction. With your little experience in the industry, would you say you are contented with the state of the industry? The comedy industry some years back then did not have so much recognition like it does now. It says it doesn't also mean that it cannot be better. There is always a room for improvement. However, if we will be sincere, the industry is growing at a very rapid speed. The Nigerian comedy industry is one that has gone a long way in helping lots of people, especially the youth. The youth earn an honest living, and I see it as one that would still greatly evolve much more than it is right now. I see it standing shoulder high with any other industry in the entertainment world. How successful are you as a comedian? It all depends on my definition of success. For some, success is when you are able to get an apartment, buy a car, look good always, have millions in your account, and so on. However, success for me is fulfillment. I have met people from politicians, intellectuals, great men of God to business owners, and I've worked for respected individuals, brands for corporate or social events, and I have also been able to get things people older than me dreamt of. But in all, I still find great joy in playing with those children who are less privileged. I enjoy contributing my own little quota, putting a smile on faces of people. Success is how much I can share, and on that account, I will say I am successful, but I still want more, like Oliver Twist laugh. Could you recall your greatest and most embarrassing performance in your career? I do not have a best performance, but what I would not forget in a long time was my awesome performance at the Redemption Camp before over 5 million people. Another one was my performance at the function the new Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, graced. He appreciated my intellect as well as passed and encouraging comments. He said, "Let's give a round of applause for the MC. I have laughed so hard in a long time. God bless you." On the other hand, I have not really had an embarrassing performance as such, but there are a few occasions where I did not get as much ovation from the crowd as expected. What are your plans to improve on your game in the industry? There is so much on my mind because looking at the world's greatest comedians, they did not become big by doing stand-up comedy or compare alone. Kevin Hart, for instance, is an actor. Jerry Springer also owns a comedy show. There are great plans in mind, and they will be all explored by. That prayer is the key. So what is your advice to the youth and the young ones? To my fellow youths, I would say anything your hands find to do it well and make God your ultimate companion. So MC Shem comedian net worth. He was $14.9 thousand to $89.2 thousand net worth. So that is all and everything you need to know about your popular and favorite comedian MC Shem. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and comment at the comment section below. Thank you so much, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Stay blessed. Bye.